Hey, what is up? What it do, man? How's each and every one of you? Um, I don't know. I was going back and forth on it, but you know what I said? Fuck it. I do know that the NFL game is tonight. The Chargers against the Kansas City Chiefs in Sao Paulo. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Give me just a second. Let me adjust this light real quick. Ooh, I had to turn up the light, my black ass. um, but I know the Kansas City Chiefs are playing the Chargers in Sao Paulo. Man, what's good from bricks to kicks? Salutes, man. Appreciate you for being in the building. Uh, whoo, you got COVID. Oh shit, man. Hey, I hope you get better, man. Hurry up and get better real quick. I don't believe I've ever experienced that. From what people have said, I don't ever want to experience that. Have I ever had a shot? No, I have not. But I do hope you a fast, speedy, and comfortable and healthy recovery. Hey, I heard about it, man. I heard about it. I heard it is super terrible. But one thing you need to remember, um, it is just like any other upper respiratory infection. Do what you would do naturally for any upper respiratory infection. Um, Take a lot of fluids. Um, Wrap yourself up nice and warm. The best way to do it is break the fever that you'll experience, and that's all you can do, man. Is keep eating, keep fluids. Fluids are the most important thing. Electrolytes, and we're gonna be here for you. The family gonna be here for you. Um, Sao Paulo is where they're playing. The Chiefs and the Chargers. What you say? This one ain't as bad as my first run with it. Okay. I mean, and I'm glad it's going better for you because naturally your body will build up immunities. That's what our bodies are for. I don't know. I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not gonna preach on that. The fever keeps coming back at nighttime though. Yeah, that's your body trying to recover. When you're resting and you're sleeping, that's your body's strongest moments. And that's when your body is fighting its hardest, man. So help your body fight hard, get you a lot of rest too as well. I can't forget that. I don't know how I forgot that, but Sao Paulo is where the Chargers and the Chiefs are playing. I know that a lot of people are going to be watching that. I I watched a little bit of it. I see how it's going. I don't too much care about the Chargers and the Chiefs. My game is coming on Sunday, hence why I might be going live on Saturday as well. And I might be going live on Saturday to do a um pickup blog. Would it be a blog too? I don't know, man. These terms are interchangeable now. But I might do a pickup vlog. I might do it live, or I might record it for the Cave Stones, or I'm probably gonna do a live involving um Seth Fowler's video about quality, because we were talking about quality in terms of shoes. And I was getting into the different type of, the difference between suedes and nubucks and stuff like that. We had a good laugh on Tuesday. I was also talking about leathers and stuff like that. And Seth Fowler did a video about leather quality, and he actually spoke to somebody. Now I didn't watch the entire thing, so whatever goes on in that video, it's gonna be just as about as new to me as to anybody who participates and watches it on Saturday. And I don't. So like, if I go pick up these shoes, I've got to go about 30 minutes out, which is not far from me, but it's not conducive to doing like a live early in the morning because I don't think I'm gonna get up early in the morning just to go pick. Well, shit, I can't because the mall doesn't open until like 11 or something like that. So, I mean, I could do a cop video, just going on the internet and just showing the website, but I don't think I want to do that shit either. I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. But once I get off this live, I'll figure out how to do it, and I'll structure it how I structure it. And if I go live Saturday, you all know, man. Y'all will get the notifications because y'all have the notification bell turned on. And y'all are subscribed to the channel, so y'all already know what's going on. Y'all are already gonna know what's going down. If I don't do a community post on the YouTube, I'll do a post on the Instagram or on the TikTok. Maybe I'll go live on TikTok and walk around with the phone on TikTok, and then do like a live on YouTube as far as how to do the leather quality and stuff like that. I might do that. Yeah. I mean, so I'll say this. I'll say this. Seth Fowler is not my, favorite content creator by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think I've ever really watched Seth Fowler's content, so this will be one of the first times that. Why does the hat look so crooked? This will be one of the first times that I've actually watched some Seth Fowler content. I know that he's a sneaker content creator. I just don't exactly know all that he does. So I'm not too familiar with Seth Fowler. His video just came across my screen, and I was like, leather quality on Jordan brand sneakers and stuff like that. That could be pretty interesting. And because like I said, we were talking about leather quality on Tuesday and all that other kind of good stuff. So let's see what's going on. True to size, man. Yo, what up, HG? What up, Tyrone Turner Senior, man? That's my boy, True to size, man. How you been, man? How you been, gang? Glad to see you here. Vlog more than anything. Okay. Rick said, "Hey, got my order in from Undefeated Fours for $345 after taxes." Good God Almighty! What was that? An order from Goat or well, hopefully not StockX. Ain't that what that's called with the green StockX? I think that's what it's called. Yeah. Or eBay. But yeah, $345. That's a lot. I mean, that's not too far off from like the original price because a lot of people paid like $260. So I mean, I guess it's not crazy, but I'm in my kind of like no resale era. So I'm gosh, although I do understand it because I know where everybody's coming from. Seth comes off as pretentious and cocky, like he really got something over the culture. He's up there with Goose like Roscoe. Oh, okay, damn. StockX never ever again. A real sneaker vlogger you should tap in with is Jason G Kicks. Bro is a real one, just like you. Let me go ahead. Let me look up Jason G Kicks real quick so I can check him out. I've been looking at like British people reacting to American culture, so that's what's up on my screen right now. Have I ever seen Jason G Kicks before? Let me see. No, I've never seen Jason G Kicks. Oh wow. I've never seen Jason G Kicks. Okay, I'm gonna have to check him out. I'm gonna go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Let me see. Oh, so he does it in Spanish. He got a man, this dude is genius. So he's got Jason G Kicks Espanol. And I know y'all can see that. Y'all can't see it. Okay, y'all can see it there. Jason G Kicks in Espanol. And then Jason G Kicks. I guess that's for everybody else who does not speak Spanish. That's pretty damn smart. I wish I retained enough of French to be able to do like content in French. That would be dope. HGK in en français. That would be dope, man. Hey, Jason G Kick, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. He got a heavy ass accent too. But yeah, so he's Dominican and he knows about the culture. Okay, that's dope. That's dope. So of course, like I said, tomorrow is another cop day for the cave stones. How many of you all put in raffles and actually were able to cop the cave stones? How many of you all actually put in raffles and cop the cave stones? Because you could reach a lot of Creole French speaking folks easy if you learn it. Well, see, like the thing is I know French. I took 12 years of French from elementary school, be it like the second grade, all the way up until um 12th grade. So I've taken 12 years of French, and I knew for a long time I knew fluent French and was able to fluently speak it. But after a while, because you don't run into very many French speaking people, because like even French in New Orleans is not like straight up French. It's kind of a mixture of everything. It's kind of like broken French. But I took 12 years of French and I knew how to speak it fluently, but not being able to speak it to any other persons. Like they say, if you don't use it, you lose it. I gotta get this hat straight, man. This is bugging the shit out of me. But yeah, like they say, if you don't use it, you lose it. And I've lost a lot of the art of speaking French, but um I've been thinking about getting back into picking up those books and and getting back into my French bag because I want to take a trip to Europe. Because I was over in France for just a short period of time. I was over there and I felt kind of stupid. It's almost like feeling like a baby because you know the language, but you can't speak it. And that's not exactly like feeling like a baby, but I felt stupid, like an idiot because I knew some of it, but I just really could not fluently speak to people. And I was a little bit disappointed. But how many of you all picked up the actual cave stones? Like all the raffles? The raffles are done. They had Dick's Sporting Goods, they had Hibbits, they had DTLR, they had Snipes, they had all of those different raffles open Wednesday. Who did theirs Wednesday? Hibbits did theirs Wednesday. Hibbits gave me a GS pair, but Hibbits did not give me an adult pair. They had y'all know the other places, but Foot Locker did theirs today. I think Snipes did theirs early today. Snipes had notifications out by like 11 o'clock before 12 o'clock. Snipes had their notifications out for the cave stones, and DTLR had their notifications out either yesterday or before 12 o'clock today, or maybe like after 12 o'clock today. They had their winners out for those. But I hit a few dubs. I hit enough dubs to where I'm thinking that there were a good amount of pairs being released of the cave stones because like the rumor mill was circling around that there were a good amount of pairs, but there weren't a whole lot of pairs being circulated. So I mean, again, we talked about this time and time again that you cannot really trust all of the stock numbers that people release. I don't necessarily trust the stock numbers that people say. I usually let my anecdotal experience kind of steer me in the direction of what I want to believe. That's not even proven coming from me when it comes to something like that. But all I say is, it's all up in the air, fam. I can't tell you actual stock numbers one way or the other, and I don't know why people keep trying to promise you that they know actual stock numbers when they don't. I speak 3 languages: native English, contemporary Spanish, and beginner Tagalog. Because my wife, my wife be beating her language into me every time. She's mad as fuck. So I speak English, of course, as my primary language. I speak French as my secondary language, although it is really hurting right now. And then I speak Swahili as my third language. So I can speak 3 different languages. um, albeit not very fluently. But I do have African family members, like actual like Kenyan African family members. So I had to learn Swahili in order to, kind of speak to them. Although they do speak English, they speak English perfectly fine. I had to learn Swahili to kind of, be in the know in the culture, show respect, and also to kind of help make them feel comfortable. But so yeah, that's how I ended up speaking and learning to speak Swahili. And I'm gonna try to nail those languages down again, and then learn Chinese, Japanese, because that's gonna be like one of the hardest ones. But I feel if I can get like four languages down, I'll be done. I'll be done. That's all I need to know. Um, but yeah, so Foot Locker, like I said, all the other places let you know about the raffle wins and things like that, except for Foot Locker. Foot Locker is always the pain in the ass. Um, and see, Foot Locker. Hold on, let me see. Let me see what I can. I'm trying to show you without without showing y'all all my shit. So let me see, and of course it will fudge up when it comes to actually showing y'all some shit. So Foot Locker did. Usually, Foot Locker's raffle entries and selections are done by 6 o'clock. So here's Foot Locker for the K-Stones. Okay, and the camera finally wanted to adjust. Now, Foot Locker did ship to me, and I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me see if I can. It's my phone. I know it. It's my phone. Part of it is my phone's fault. Let me see. What? Okay, so I got the contrast all the way down. Let me see if it. All right. So Foot Locker did ship to me. And the only reason I need to know what the hell is going on with Foot Locker is so that I know how to proceed in the morning time. Because if Foot Locker gave me a win and they charge me for it, then I don't want to go to the store and spend any money. And I guess I could check my bank account, and I'll do that later. But yeah, so LVRG Capital is probably gonna have tons of pairs. Yeah, they probably are too. They're located in Snellville, Georgia. Yeah. Are they in Kenya or here in the States? So I have some family members in some of my family members are in Kenya. And then I've got a few here in the States. And I've also got land over in Kenya. So it makes me a dual citizen. I am a citizen of the United States first, but a citizen of Kenya secondary because I own property in Kenya. How cool is that? I thought that was some dope ass shit when I found that out. But yeah, I've got family over there. A little bit more. The more you know, but for anybody that's new here tuning in, this is Friday. I don't normally go live on Friday. This is what I want to call like fuck it Friday, to where like we talk about what we didn't cover on Tuesday, and then sometimes we even go even more in depth into what we did cover on Tuesday. And we just kind of go all over the place, and we just have fun, and we just shoot the shit, and we just talk extra stuff. And then sometimes, I'll go live on Friday to kind of like inform you all of, updated information that I might have found out between Wednesday and Thursday, because whether you know it or not, that is a large gap between times. Everything to be honest, if you want good information and good news in this space, the best days to get it is on Tuesdays and Fridays. Because Tuesdays will set you up for what's coming through the week and more than likely what's headed into the weekend. Friday will set you up for what happened during the week in case you missed it and still have an opportunity to get access to it, and then what's coming into the next week if people so choose to give you that kind of information. But yeah, Um, we just kind of shoot the shit. And as you can see up on the screen, I got some Travis Scott information. And that's what's on the thumbnail too. So information about Travis Scott. But I figured I would, speak on the Cave Stones first, let you all know what's going on probably tomorrow with me. And then we could talk about Travis Scott. Um, but what y'all talking about? The way Foot Locker be doing raffles is scummy as fuck. Oh, I mean, yeah. I don't really deal with Foot Locker a lot unless I have to. Kenyan land is fire, especially if you got bloodline rights to it for the babies they set for life. Yes, I do have bloodline rights to it, which is pretty dope as well. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, like when I went over to Kenya, I learned that the US dollar is almost 3 times the Kenyan shilling. So $1,000 here is $3,000 there, and for $3,000 you can get a huge ass fucking mansion. Like you could live insane in Kenya for like what's peanuts here. So I don't know, man. I got maybe like another couple of years to figure out what I want to do with my land over there. I might end up taking it, developing it, continuing the farm that's there, and then putting like a nice dope ass spot over there for like vacations when things finally level out and do well. Build a vacation spot there, and then it'll give me a middle way for travel to like Italy and Spain and France and stuff like that. So we'll be good. We'll be good. We'll be great. And then have, I don't know, maybe some nice dope cars over there just sitting at the crib, having somebody like maintain them and stuff while I'm here in the state. I don't know, man. It sounds beautiful. It sounds beautiful. We can say what we want to do, but are we going to actually do it? And I don't want to put too much out there about what I might do, because this is the interwebs, and people grab those ideas, take it and run with it. I probably already said too much, but how many people watch right now? How many people are gonna watch this right now? But yeah, let me go ahead and show y'all this Travis Scott stuff. So before we get into like the Travis Scott shoe talk, because it's been a while since people have couple of Trackhawks and G Wagons will be perfect for the terrain. So it's been a while since anybody has actually talked about Travis Scott, period. And like we spoke on Tuesday, I figure it's been a while since people have talked about Travis Scott because of his lack of production. With the direction that music is headed, Travis Scott does not fit in that lane. Travis Scott is getting ready to be a phased out product, and he hasn't dropped anything. He hasn't dropped any good projects. And like Utopia was one of his projects. Utopia, it was Utopia. It was I don't know, like I heard maybe like 2 or 3 songs off of Utopia, and hearing 2 or 3 songs was enough to where I didn't want to hear that shit anymore. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I didn't want to hear it anymore. And then I think he had like 2 albums or something like that called Utopia. I don't even know what happened with Travis Scott afterwards. When Drake fell off, when Drake went down his spiral, Travis Scott followed behind him, and it seems like it's a reset. It seems like it's going to be a reset to the hip hop culture and like culture in general, which I don't mind, because a lot of people were pissed off at the direction that the music and the culture was going in the first place. So I mean, if it's a reset for the better, it's fine with me, man. Y'all let me know, what do you all think, for people who listen to rap music and hip hop? You all let me know, what do you think about the direction that music is going in? Drake syncs everyone he features with. I mean, okay, so I wouldn't say he syncs everyone he features with, because like a lot of people have eaten well off of Drake features. Like Rick Ross, for example. Rick Ross was syncing, and then he did Aston Martin music, and then he did a couple of other features with Drake, and it gave Rick Ross new life. It honestly gave Rick Ross new life for a couple, like a 2 or 3 years, And then once again, Rick Ross kind of sank his own ship, which is why he does like the Rick Ross car shows and shit like that. Because I mean, I guess that's cool. I ain't never been to one. I don't think I want to go to one. Even when they were like literally right down the street for me, I don't know, man. I don't know. It just seems like a bunch of like fronting and an expensive way to front just to be around. Like the Rick Ross car show seems like it's more so for women to try to get the opportunity to be around celebrities to try to get the bag and stuff like that. And I don't really know about that, man. I'm good, but I mean, you can't judge a book by its cover. I guess you have to go and check it out in order to really know what's going down and know what's good. But yeah, like okay, so uh now one talent Drake did, I do believe Drake sank was uh what's his name? The dude that had that song "We Going Up" on a Tuesday, McConan. Drake did kind of sink McConan. Because he did that feature with him, and to be honest, he didn't have to do the feature with him. He did the feature with him, and then he kind of like threw him to the wolves. Now, on McConan's own account, he wasn't trying to do what the labels wanted him to do. And we all know the music game. It's either play by the label's rules until you get big enough to create your own rules, or you get blacklisted, and that's the end of that. So, I mean, he technically did have a bigger hand in his own downfall, but Drake did not help him out of that. And I mean, of course, Drake didn't have to do it. Another artist that Drake helped was Kendrick Lamar. The funny fucking thing about that is Drake helped Kendrick Lamar, and then we see where that went. And then Kendrick Lamar eventually led to Drake's downward spiral, and where he is now. So fortunately, it is what it is. But the reason I pulled up Travis Scott's website is because when I went to the website, I saw something interesting. I thought this was pretty interesting. Let's see what she's talking about. Travis's best song was Mamacita with Young Thug and Rich Homie Quan. Young Thug falling out too, man. Young Thug been accused of snitching. Lil Durk after Drake equals federal indictment. Well, nah, Dirk already had federal indictments. Like Dirk had got off once, and like he had done some crazy shit, and Dirk got himself in trouble. Like Drake didn't have shit to do with that. Like Dirk got himself in trouble. I mean, I fuck with Dirk. YG after Drake. YG. Nah, YG was falling off anyway. Like YG can rap. YG is a good rapper, but he was kind of spiraling himself. Party Next Door after Drake. Party Next Door. Yeah, okay, I can see that. Party like Drake didn't help Party Next Door, but Party Next Door was trash anyway. Like, can we actually say Party Next Door is a good artist? Like he got vocal talent, but as far as his pen, can we actually say Party Next Door is like a top tier artist? Future after Drake, Future was gonna do well anyway, and then Future raps about one thing and one thing only. Like because and the only reason I know this is because me and a lot of my homeboys, we've had this conversation, and I like Future, but when my homeboys put it to me this way, I was like, you know what? You're absolutely right. Because my homeboy was like, what does Future actually rap about beyond girls? Like beyond like, and he doesn't even really rap about like pimping girls or anything like that. What does he rap about beyond just like girls getting him a Patek Philippe, acting like he don't care, and then every now and then a drug reference? So I don't know, man. I don't know. So Kendrick Lamar. Okay, here's the thing. Kendrick even said, like, you have to go way back. You got to go way back. Kendrick even said for himself, that Drake helped him out. Kendrick was a big underground artist, but if it wasn't for Drake, Kendrick Lamar would never have become mainstream to make that album. Um, uh, what is it? Good Kid, Mad Shit. I can't, man. That title gets fucked up in my mind all the time. But if it were for Drake bringing Kendrick Lamar on stage while Kendrick Lamar was still an underground rapper, that album would never have hit the way it did, which led to the second album. And then somewhere in between that first album and that second album, Kendrick Lamar started really disliking Drake, and then started talking about Drake when he did that. Good Kid, Mad City. Thank you. And then he started doing songs like Sweet Punani Sandra about Drake's mom and shit like that. And it just all added up. And I mean, I could go down a rabbit hole of how all of this began, and because it really started between Birdman and Pharrell, and then Wayne and the Clips, and then Drake kind of inherited that beef, and then that beef turned into like Drake and Kendrick Lamar and the Clips and Pharrell. Like it's crazy. Like that whole timeline is insane. I could go down that whole timeline, but I'll leave that to the reactors channels, and I'm pretty sure a lot of the music reactors channels have gone down that rabbit hole and talked about that before. But yeah. So hey, what's good, HG? Que la que mire. What's good, man? Little tight man. Glad to see you, man. We just here for fucking Friday on a Soul Source fucking Friday, man. That's why we here. We just shooting the shit, pimping, talking about these releases. Did you get the Cave Stones? Did you get the Cave Stones? Let me know, little tight. Or are you just gonna leave the Cave Stones alone? Because I was talking about how fucked up Foot Locker shit is to where they're doing the ship to me, and they have not, as of 9/18, told me whether or not I hit on the Cave Stones. Let me see. Let me check. Let me check it again. It still says selecting winners. So usually, if it says selecting winners, usually that means I didn't hit. Let me see. Let me log out. Let me log out real quick, and let me see if I can get an update then. Because sometimes, like, it's slow to where it needs a log out and then a log back in, and then it be good. It be good. Let's see what happens when I do it like that. 220. Nope. Still said, yep. Still says the same old bullshit. So hopefully, might pass. Explain G. I throw them shoes to the homeless. They can wear them in the caves they be in. Yeah, Foot Locker is trash sometimes. Facts. So, I put this Travis Scott website, and let me see where is it on my screen? What? Oh, okay, that's different. Okay, let me pull this tab all the way down here to where I can see it and I can show you all. So it's funny that I was getting ready to talk about Travis Scott based on our conversation on Tuesday. And as I was looking, this happened to pop up. So Utopia album, Utopia World, the tour, and then the shop. I didn't know Travis Scott was still on tour. So when I clicked on the Travis Scott website, this is the very first thing that popped up. Was this right here. Hold on, let me see. Oh, fudge. It didn't even show y'all the shit. Let me take this down. I don't know why it brings up different windows just to show the simple ass website. Okay, so that's weird. So yeah, we'll pull this up. This right here is what popped up. And I'm just like, okay, some Travis Scott shit. And then I'm thinking, because I'm just thinking this is like a background presentation for Travis Scott. And hold on, let me wait till. Let me wait till the internet get good so it don't look all choppy. I don't know what the okay, there we go. Lil Titan said, "You not watching the LA Rams versus Kansas City Swifties?" I got it on the TV upstairs. And hell, that shit I won't see no. I can't wait till I set up the sneaker room because it's gonna be a TV on the wall over there. But I've got it planned upstairs. But I wasn't. I watched about 6 minutes of it, and I was like, man, fuck this game. I was like, man, I don't want to watch this shit. But on the Travis Scott website, you can get a Travis Scott action figure and the Rodeo album on this fire extinguisher flash drive that goes with the action figure for $200. Now, you know what? Like 3-4 years ago, when I saw the very first Travis Scott figure, and I think that was around the time where like they were doing the Travis Scott meal. Um, they had a Travis Scott figure, but it was extremely limited. And now he's dropping Travis Scott figures. And for the Rodeo album, I think that's dope, man. I think that's so fucking dope. And I've just been going back and forth on whether or not I'm gonna get this and get it as a cultural collector or a collector of the things from the culture. Like I mean, it's almost like Travis Scott hype all over again, but it's like Travis Scott hype from like 4 or 5 years ago. And Bricks and Kick said the Rodeo album is fire. I haven't listened to the Rodeo album, so I would not know. I would not know if the Rodeo album is good or not. So I'll take your word for it. But it says the Travis Scott collectible action figure 10-year edition with custom USB, including the full Rodeo album, as seen on the Rodeo cover. Now with additional Rodeo 10 years detailing, special edition packaging, and updated components to be revealed later. 12-inch tall action figure has moving head, torso, arms, and legs. Action figure includes authentic LaFlame chain medallion. LaFlame says to follow your ambition. Please note what is depicted in the product images is the original 2015 Rodeo 10 years edition. Will have new detailing, packaging, Rodeo USB album, and more to be revealed. Ships in 2026. Estimated time to follow future emails. So, oh shit. So that's the downside to it. That is the downside to it. So you pay $200 in 2025 for the action figure, the Rodeo album, and like some updated shit and custom packaging. But it's not to drop until 2026. Now, we all know how bad the Travis Scott website is when it comes to sending out merch. We, that's a long time away and probably will end up being outside of like being able to recover your money by the time you get it. So you're putting a lot of trust in this project. Shit. Now I've never had a problem with anything I've ordered off the Travis Scott website. Now, I say that with a grain of salt because I've only ordered maybe like one or two things. Well, I ordered some of the pieces from the McDonald's collection. I did do that one. And I ordered some pieces from the Fragment collection, but that was on like a t-shirt and a keychain because that's when I was stuck in the mindset that maybe if I order some merch, it'll give me a better chance at actually getting the shoes. And boy, was I dumb when I thought that. But yeah, that's a tough one, man. That is a tough pill to swallow. $200 in this current climate, waiting until 2026 to get a product. I just don't know. Y'all, what do you think? What do you all think? Maybe if I do it through PayPal, like maybe do they allow you to do PayPal? Let's see. Let me see. Okay, if I do that and I go to checkout, let me see. Can y'all see that? Okay, yeah, y'all can't see that. Okay, so they do allow you to do PayPal. So maybe if I do it through PayPal, PayPal will also give me that extra protection because I fuck with PayPal. PayPal has not let me down. So yeah, maybe that's a thing. Let me look at this website and see what else there's on this website. Um, so let me see. Let me pull up the. So if you go to the website, here's other things that are listed. You got the rodeo CD, some old school shit, and he's on the front cover. Let me. I don't. Why does it keep glitching like that? He's on the front cover holding up a monster truck. Well, the action figures on the front cover holding up a monster truck, and then that's the CD for $7.99. That's not bad for a CD. $7.99. Um, then you got Rodeo 10 years, 2 LP deluxe vinyl, and it comes with a bunch of other custom stuff. A Rodeo 10 years deluxe jewel case CD. So I guess it's got like usually the jewel cases have the holographic images on the front. I don't know how many people out there watching are old enough to kind of understand what that is, but if you all are old enough, if y'all remember Mystical did one of his albums and the album had a jeweled cover on it. So it's like when you move it, the image kind of changes. And then I guess they've got a jeweled CD case, expanded edition, and then rodeo jewel case and CD. Like a lot of times, Travis Scott's website, when he talks about merch and stuff like that, it's not very well explained as to what it is. A rodeo Zippo lighter, okay, for $65. A rodeo floating keychain. Why the fuck would I want it? Why would I pay $25 for a floating keychain? Zippo lighter, $65. That might be worth it because at the end of the day, it's a Zippo lighter. Zippo lighters are quality, but a floating fucking keychain, a piece of foam with like uh what is it, like plastic or latex plastic wrapped around the top of it for $25 with hell no. So it looks to me like the best options are the action figure, even though you might be waiting a full year and nobody knows. The vinyl album, it looks pretty cool for $70, or the Zippo lighter. Now, when it comes to like the t-shirts and shit like that, I don't trust Travis Scott's merch as far as t-shirts. Um, I always got to use compensation just in case. Yo, we can see it. Be careful, G. Oh yeah. No, I wasn't finna plug. Yeah, I just wanted to see if PayPal popped up. I wasn't finna plug in my information. I appreciate you for looking out for me though. I was not finna plug in my information like that. I wasn't finna buy no shit where y'all can see the info online. that was not gonna happen. But yeah, with the merch, like the t-shirts and stuff like that. The last drop Travis Scott did involving, I think it was like Utopia, where they were like gloves and shit like that. Everything was garbage. Everything, like he showed high quality images, but by the time like people actually got the products, not only did it take them months to get the products, like 3 months after what they said the initial 3 to 6 month wait was, but when they got the products, it wasn't high quality materials like they showed. It was low tier bullshit printed shit. And a lot of people paid good money, a lot of money for that stuff. And it was a letdown. And of course, you can't get your money back because once you buy off the Travis Scott website, it's the end of the road. It's either you hit their asses with a chargeback, or you try to sell that shit on eBay or StockX or Go or something like that. I mean, you ain't finna make no money off of Travis Scott merch anymore unless it's something cool as fuck, like maybe that vinyl album with all the extra stuff, or the Zippo lighter. Because I mean, if we buy Supreme bullshit, then you can buy a Travis Scott Zippo lighter. I'm not even gonna lie to you. They can't be worse than his Utopia Air Force Ones. Oh yeah, ooh, but oh, if y'all know who bought them Utopia Air Force Ones and shit, or his apology video on the Astro Watch. Hey, look, hey, look. I can't tell nobody how they grieve or how they apologize. I can't do none of that. That that is I'm not judge, jury, and executioner, but I can provide an opinion. And we talked about that like a lot when it happened. We talked about that a lot. But um in terms of you should have just brought out the ukulele. Oh, that is hilarious. Um, but in terms of the thumbnail, can um can Travis carry Adidas? Life after Ye. That was what we were kind of talking about Tuesday. And that was something after the live. I was really, really I was fixated. I got kind of fixated on that because I'm like, okay, I know I shot down the idea of Travis being able to, you know, have an impact with Adidas. I shot down the idea. I didn't completely shoot it down, but I pretty much did shoot down the idea. And then afterwards, I thought about it because Kari sent me some pictures of some silhouettes, and I was like, okay, these silhouettes are pretty dope. And then it got me to thinking, well, if they put the Travis Scott effect on it, could Travis actually carry Adidas or do something for Adidas? Now, to be honest, like in my most humble, honest opinion, could Travis Scott carry Adidas the way Kanye carried Adidas? I got an answer for that, but let's look at some of these. Let's look at some of these Travis Scott releases that he had with Nike. So when we look at some of these releases, the first thing that pops up, and I had to go look, I had to go and search up every single Travis Scott release. So when we look at it, the very first one that popped up is the white pair of Air Force Ones that dropped in 2017. And they released at a retail price of $150. And y'all remember when we thought $150 for some Air Force Ones was crazy, especially for some canvas Air Force Ones with a little fuzzy cotton patch on the front. I remember people were like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And it was this all white pair that if you have them now, even if you haven't worn them, they're yellow as hell. And then you got the tan khaki colorway. Now a lot of people went more for the tan khaki colorway, and I like the tan khaki colorway better than I like the all white pair. But it was kind of the beginning. And I mean, even in the beginning, like it wasn't peak Travis Scott hype, but it was just starting to ramp up. And these did sell out. When they originally resold, I don't remember them going for a lot. I think I remember them ended up going for like crazy prices, maybe like 3-4 months later on down the line, something like that. I could be wrong. My memory could be fuzzy, but I just don't remember them going for crazy prices in the beginning. As a matter of fact, I don't think they went for crazy prices until this next release dropped right here. And I have those. I have those DS, the Air Jordan 4 Houston Oilers. Uh, Dropped June 9th, 2018, and that's a whole year later from the doggone Air Force Ones, but June 9th, 2018, retail price was 225. I know you lying. Did I actually pay 225 for them? Because I got them somewhere. Because in 2018, 225 I know 225 was like a crazy ass number for me. Hold on, let me see. I know you lying. Is these it right here? Let me see. Is these it right here? And y'all know back then the boxes had the price labels on it. But them in the back of my mind, I also see it as Adidas trying to capitalize and fill the gap that they have that they've had ever since they cut their deal with Kanye. They're just trying to recoup their losses. Absolutely. Absolutely. Wait, this ain't black. Is this it? Oh no, these is the breads. Where is these? Is these my Houston Oilers? Let me see. And I knew this. I knew that was gonna fall off. Is these my Houston Oilers right here, man? It's also hilarious that Travis Scott made a shoe paying tribute to the Houston Oilers when he wasn't even old enough to see them play as an NFL team. Hey, it is what it is. But it said that back in 2018, the Houston Oilers, the Travis Scott colorway was 225. And y'all know, look, that's the old school paper from Foot Locker. The other half tore off. I don't know. I think it's on the floor somewhere. It had my name on it. So I mean, that's fine that it's hard if it had my name on it. But did I pay 225 in 2018? Yeah, I damn sure did. Check this out. Hey, this was the golden age when you still had the price label on the boxes. I miss those days. Now they're taking the price label off of everything, and I believe that is an attempt to kind of like screw people over on the prices so they can change them. And I've heard of places, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I've heard of places like Walmart changing prices on products based upon the customer base that is actually paying for them. But yeah, man, there they go right there. DS, the Houston Oilers joints. And I paid 225. And in 2018, 225 was fucking stupid. 225 in 2018 was reaching for the damn moon. That was almost like you know, funding a corporate company or something like that. And there goes the tan colorway. The tan colorway was 2018 at 150. So they stayed consistent with the Air Force Ones between 2017 and 2018. And then you had this one that, not too many people really remember, but, not too many people forget it either. The Travis Scott Jordan 33, that didn't have much mass appeal, but nowadays you do have people that, are looking for that Jordan 33. I had a conversation with somebody recently that was looking for it. And then May 11, 2019, you had the Jordan 1 Travis Scott Mocha highs at 175. That was crazy too. Then you had the lows in 2019 at $130. And then you had the 6 olives, 250. I paid 250 for the olives. I hit for two pairs too. One off the Nike sneakers app, which I still can't believe I hit to that day. To this day, I deleted that account because that account was fucked up. That account was like, even though I was hitting on some pretty good stuff on that account, it was really fucked up. And I deleted that account because after a certain release, I was not able to hit on anything else. So I deleted that account, let that account stay deleted for, I think they said you gotta at least let your account be deleted for 3 months before, when they wipe it out of the system. Within those 3 months, with nothing I wanted from the sneakers app. If I hit on anything within those 3 months, it was from like Foot Locker or Hibbits. And once my information was deleted from that account, man, I just made another one. But I remember at that time, man, people were going crazy for those. Then the Air Force Ones, these are probably his ugliest Air Force Ones. $160, November 16th, 2019. To this day, I still don't like these. I don't care if you take the shroud off or not. These are not it, in my opinion. I'm sorry. Then the Dunks. I like the Dunks. $150 was the retail for $220. I like the SB Dunks, but I think for the price, these are way, way overhyped and overrated. And I would not pay that price for those. The Jordan 6 olives are definitely a vibe, though. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And I would not I don't like them enough to pay, resale prices for them. Travis Scott Nike Air Max 270 React Energy Cactus Trail. And if y'all remember Tuesday, I showed this pair. I do have those as well. The PlayStations, I don't even know why they showed those because those were so damn limited, whatever. The British khakis, the sixes, I have those as well. Those I don't know when I'm gonna ever wear those because those shits are heavy. Those are some heavy ass Jordan sixes, and it's because of it's got like I guess he made it with a military textile kind of upper because those are super fucking heavy, and I know they hot. I know they hot. 2021, we saw the Fragment Jordan 1 highs, $200. That's crazy to see the price increases over the years. Then we had the Fragment lows, and then we had the Travis Scott Air Max 1 wheats. Then we had the Saturn Gold. Then we had the Baruch, which is probably the better one in my opinion, but that ain't saying much. Then we had the Air Trainers with the foreskin on them, the Franken Trainers. And then Travis Scott and Dior. See, he's done a lot of other projects, and a lot of people don't know about him. Because I mentioned he had a Converse style shoe that nobody really knew about. I didn't even know he had a Dior, but apparently, like $1,400. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Then the Phantoms and the Olives. I think I have the Olives. I think I was able to hit on the Olives. And then there goes those ugly ass, sorry ass Utopias you were talking about. $150 for a Cricket screen print iron on to that shoe. Then the golf shoes, and then the Travis Scott Nike Mac Attacks, and then the Jumpman Jacks. The Canaries, the medium olives, yada yada yada, the velvet browns. But I mean, just to give you all a general sense of, this is gonna play into where I'm headed. Just to give you a general sense of some of those, and I remember these Trunners, the Travis Scott Trunners, of where I'm headed in and the kind of idea that you might want to, go with, the kind of tooling that you might see when we get into this next thing. But so girly glam accessories, vlogging with Demetrius. What's going on? What's going on, y'all? Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. But the thing is if Travis Scott left Nike because his contract is up in 2027. They have not, as far as I know, worked out any contract extension ideas, but his contract is up in 2027. Usually, when that happens, they leave a little bit earlier than expected. But if Travis Scott left Nike and signed with Adidas, like what would he have to work with, and what would he be able to come up with as far as decent shoes? Like, would he be able to do some good work with Adidas? Now, I kind of clowned a little bit, and I talked about the All-Stars and stuff like that. And Giganator was like, man, don't do the All-Stars like that. And I said the Sambas, and to be fair, like not very many people are wearing All-Stars, and not very many people are wearing Sambas. It is what it is. But like with Travis Scott's, does Travis Scott still have enough influence to get people to wear stuff that like even the everyday consumer is not really wearing? That's the question. Because like, I mean, yeah, he could. I mean, he actually could like do some dope shit if you look at like the previous Nike and Jordan brand stuff and get an idea of what direction he would go with. Like I could see like browns, creams, the crazy pattern on the All Stars, but would that be enough to make people want to just automatically jump back on the All Stars? If Travis Scott put his stamp on it, would that make people want to go back to All Stars? And would it make people in uh mass numbers want to flood the app like they did for the Yeezys and try to get them a pair of All Stars? I just don't think that's the case with that shoe. With that shoe in particular, I just don't really think that that is a reasonable expectation. As a matter of fact, thinking that Travis Scott can bring sellout level popularity to an all-star is not only, in my opinion, unrealistic, but like um it's almost a lose-lose situation and wouldn't be fair to Travis Scott. Now, like this right here, this release right here, I can see Travis Scott doing that release right there as well. I don't even know what that is. It says Adidas new laceless silhouette, the Rover Mule Adventure. I don't even know if that's an actual release or not, but I could see Travis Scott doing that shoe because I mean it's already Travis Scott esque as it is. I can see Travis Scott doing that shoe, putting his spin on it, but would Travis Scott's spin on that shoe be enough to actually get it to sell? Like that, something like that. I I just don't think so. I don't think so. Um, what else? What else? Like if I look at a lot of these, I just don't I don't see Travis Scott's appeal big enough anymore to just like push the brand. I don't see it. I don't see Travis Scott's current appeal along with Adidas's negative appeal worldwide. We're talking about worldwide. We're not talking about like just European because we already know Adidas is big European wise. It's only like for sports and athletic wear. It's not even like their what do you call it? What do you call those, like the casual wear shoes, something like, I forgot what the term is, but when it comes to me, I'll throw it out there. But I like with Adidas's low level of interest as a whole, and then Travis Scott's fleeting popularity. Like I just don't I don't even think that like it would be a huge enough announcement. The only reason it would be something big is because he worked with Nike and Jordan brand. And we would no longer see Travis Scott Jordans, which at this point nobody really cares if they don't see another Travis Scott Jordan ever. So like has Travis Scott run his course? Has Travis Scott run his course in the sneaker community? That's another good question. Has Travis Scott run his course within the sneaker streetwear community, the music industry as a whole? Like, is Travis Scott done? Because, like I said, I don't think it doesn't matter what silhouette that you put out there. I don't think Travis Scott could do anything to it and make it where people are jumping on the Adidas app trying to flood the app to buy the shoe, even if you make it in limited quantities. Of course, it's going to sell out because it's limited. But the real test would be if you were to mass produce it and it would sell out. That would be the real test because anybody can make things in limited quantities. Like any established business can make things in limited quantities and sell out just because they're an established business. So, I mean, that's not taking anything away from Adidas, but like, let's be real here. Let's be real. Let me see. What kind of shoe did Kari send me? Hold on, let me check. Let me check my inbox. Cause like Kari sent me a couple of shoes that made me kind of think. Oh, The Adidas intimidation. I don't know. Let's see. Adidas intimidation. So let me see if y'all can see that on screen. So these are the Adidas intimidation. Now this just looks like that just looks like a fucking Yeezy. That's what they used for the Rat Runner. That's the base for the Desert Rat. I'm sorry, for the Desert Rat, whatever 700 or whatever model that was for Yeezys. And I mean, I can see Travis Scott putting his design element to it, but is it enough to like make people go crazy for it? We got 9,000 in the building tonight, man. Salutes to everybody that's tapped into fucking Friday on Soul Source. We're talking about if Travis Scott left Nike Jordan brand and went to Adidas, does Travis Scott still have enough left in the tank to bring back Adidas even close to where it used to be when Kanye was there? And I'm just saying, I don't think it's possible. The intimidation, I don't, and I mean, okay, there you go. Let me see. Yeah, that make sure that's still up on the screen properly. Okay, and I mean, there it is right there. Let me see another one. What was another one? And like that's just an example of what um was expressed to me as one of their heavy hitters, like or intermediate level shoe. Let me see. Pharrell, Adidas, Jellyfish. This was another one that was showed to me as, I guess, a big shoe and a possible heavy hitter. Um, the Jellyfish. Like if Travis Scott put his design element on the Jellyfish, do you really see yourself buying this with Travis Scott branding on it? And again, like no hate to Travis Scott or no hate to anybody's personal opinion, but in my personal opinion, I don't see like I don't see Travis Scott putting his design touch to this and me wanting to pay because I think the Jellyfish was a $300 shoe if I'm not mistaken, like between $300 to $500. And when I saw the price $300, um, I was like, hell nah. Better question: what shoes have you bought from Adidas in the past 5 years that wasn't a collab versus shoes from the Nike Jordan era that isn't a collab? Um, so that's kind of a I don't think that would be a good question for me because I bought the Infinity 8s that I showed last time, and I don't know if the Torsion High Artilleries came out within 5 years, but I did buy those. Um, I bought but that was a collab because I bought the Ninja Turtle shell toe Adidas, but that was a collab, so that does not count to your point. But I have bought maybe like, I mean, one or two. Um, but other than that, like I hadn't really bought any non-collab Adidas versus like non-collab Nikes and Jordans. I have bought tons compared to Adidas. Like my non-collab Jordan and Nike collection would literally smother with little effort my non-collab Adidas collection. So I mean, Yeah, I don't bought a ton of non-collab Nike Jordans. A ton. So I mean, that goes to your point. Let me see. What was another one that was sent to me as another heavy hitter. And these, like, I don't know much about Adidas heavy hitters. So the images that I'm pulling up are, things that I've been told. So this is not like my personal opinion about Adidas heavy hitters. This is what I've been told from, like, different sources and things like that. What was the other one? Oh, Adidas 4D shoe. So this one, Adidas, let me see. Um, oh gosh, this looks bad. I'm gonna bring up like one of the worst possible photos I can, because, like, a lot of times the worst possible photos is when you get the truth. But um, let me see. Come on now, act right. So this right here, the Adidas Climate Cool. If I saw Travis Scott do this, I wouldn't want it. I don't. To be honest, I don't want it now. Like, the only thing that makes it interesting is it's a 4D printed shoe, and that's it. But I don't like the way this looks. It looks weird. It looks like a moccasin, like a beach shoe. And if that's the intended purpose, then so be it. Fine, it hits the mark. But, like, if Travis Scott put his design elements on there, I wouldn't care. Point blank. Period. And that's just my opinion. I'm not right all the time. I'm not spot on all the time. But, you know, chat. You all let me know, what do you think of the Adidas shoes that have been recommended to me so far. And, if you think that Travis Scott can do something real dope that will make people go crazy um, on an Adidas silhouette, let me know what that silhouette is. But what was the next one? Let me see. Oh. Uh, Now this one was the one that made me kind of, well, maybe if he put his design element on it, maybe it would be dope. This one right here, the Harden Volume 10. This might be the only one where, if Travis Scott put his design elements on there, I'd be like, okay, that might be fucking dope. And I tried to get Chat GPT to do like a mock-up of what a Travis Scott design element featuring Harding Volume 10 would look like. But Chat GPT was like, I can't do it because you trying to get me to break some laws, and I'm not finna break no copyright laws and no shit like that. And I was like, all right, cool. Because I was going to include the image with Travis Scott's design element on this volume 10, Harding volume 10, in the thumbnail. But again, Chat GPT said, nah, sucker, you not finna get me to break no laws. And I guess I'm not finna be an accomplice to you possibly, getting sued or something like that. But he said, nah, brother, that's just a Yeezy 700 V3 clone. Everyone can see it. Okay. Hey, I guess I'm gonna take your word for it. But from what I've seen, um, it's a no-go. From what I've seen and from what y'all have said, it is a no-go for Travis Scott and Adidas, that even Travis Scott can't bring Adidas to its Yeezus, yay, Kanye glory, or anywhere close to it. That's what I'm getting. If you feel different, man, put it in the chat, put it down in the comment section. how you feel about that, because I'm curious. Like, I mean, in my mind, it is a an easy no, but in other people's mind, there is a high possibility or probability that it could happen. Mock-ups save you from copyright losses. Yeah, but for whatever reason, Chat GPT was like, they can't do no mock-ups. Chat GPT was like, nah, I can't do no mock-ups, brother. I'm sorry. It's breaking copyright laws. So I don't know. They gave me all other kind of weird shit, all other kind of weird made up silhouettes. But they just didn't want to give me this silhouette, because I guess it's something about using the silhouette that's breaking the law. Even if I were to change the color, it's the silhouette that they own. Um, but yeah, I don't think Travis Scott could help Adidas out. I think it's a waste of time. I think that would be a waste of time. It would be a waste of resources. Um, Nike might as well continue to pimp that Travis Scott train until 2027, and then cut it loose, because it's dying really quickly. Like Nike and Jordan Brand, if they're gonna do collaborators, they need more people. They need more fresh faces. They need more fresh ideas. Um, so y'all let me know. Do y'all think that Travis Scott could change the Adidas culture? Or should he just stay where he is? Or should he just ride off into the sunset come 2027 and just be happy with what he brought to the community over the last over the last 8 years, almost 10 years, something like that. Um, yeah, in 2027, it'll be 10 years that Travis Scott would have been with Nike. So yeah, is 10 years his max? Y'all let me know in the comments. That was basically what I wanted to talk about with this live, because I thought it was interesting. When I saw that Harding, I was like, there might be a possibility, but I still gotta stick with my guns at the end of the day. Um, what was that? What was that I was looking at that I told y'all I was gonna give y'all my thoughts and opinions about? That's why I should have said that shit in the beginning, because I knew I was gonna forget. um, but yeah, I mean, it's a strange time we live in, a strange world where um did it freeze? Yeah, it did. I don't know why it froze, but strange time, strange world we living in, where things like that are you know basically seeing their way out of it, and seeing the level of influence that certain aspects of the culture had. It's kind of crazy. I don't know. Hey, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if y'all can still see the live, but with it freezing up, we gonna end it here. And I'm just gonna leave it off by saying, hey, it was a great live. Oh, wait, there you go. Oh, we back, baby. Or make his own record label. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. But he should just retire and become a full-time producer. Hey, that's facts. Okay, that's okay. Okay, to that point, yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, man. It was a really good live. I wasn't gonna be on for long. This fucking Friday, man. I could go for another whatever to make it 2 hours, but I'm not. The game is on. I know some people are gonna want to watch the game, make fun of it. I'll probably go live tomorrow, so be out on the lookout. It's either gonna be if I go live on TikTok, I'll put a post up, a community post up on YouTube for you all, with a link to my TikTok for you all to go follow my TikTok and watch like the live pickup and all that good shit. Um, and then we'll talk about it. Then we'll talk about the leather quality, another topic that we had in Tuesday's live. And then hopefully we're gonna learn something about some leather, and come to some coming to leather Jesus moments, and some of the things. Hopefully, some of the things that I've been telling y'all will be reassured. And yeah, so stay on the lookout for a live tomorrow. Hopefully, that'll be a lot of fun. Hopefully we'll have a good time. So with that being said, man, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what the deal is. Always remember, nothing is impossible. Fight for everything you believe in. Don't let anything stand in your way, and dream hungry. Never, ever, ever, ever give up. Always keep fighting, because there is a light at the end of the tunnel, no matter how dark your situation may be. If you all need anybody to lean on, you all can lean on me, just like you all have allowed me to lean on y'all, man. If y'all need support, I will be y'all support, like you all are my support, because we all family, man. So, hey, I just want y'all to know I love y'all. Be safe. Have a great weekend. And until next time, I will see you all later. Peace.